You are now watching the Queen Chioma. So hey guys, I'm back with another video. So tonight's video is going to be an unpopular opinions video. I am back on camera just for a little bit because I feel like y'all missed my face, and I feel like unpopular opinions have to be done on camera. So I have some unpopular opinions that I've just kind of, accumulated, some opinions over the past few weeks that I want to share with you guys, and I think this is, kind of triggering, so it is what it is. Just so we can have a disclaimer, the definition of an opinion is going to appear right here on the screen. For those of y'all that like to get like real debating and real nitpicky over somebody else's opinion, especially on an unpopular opinions video, please simmer down, pipe down. It's not that serious. This is just my opinion. So without further ado, let's get right into this video. So my first unpopular opinion is, your parents wanting you to date someone within your race or culture is not wrong. And the reason why I say this is because if you're someone like myself whose parents come from the same culture, same background, same all of that, there's a lot of commonality and there's a little bit of an easier transition into dating and marriage when you have the same cultural values, the same cultural upbringing, and just the same correlation to what makes you you, your heritage. I think your parents wanting that for you is not wrong, but at the same time, it can get kind of negative if it's done in a way that it's forceful or, out of your control. I think the desire of your parents wanting you to date somebody within your same race or culture is not really a bad thing, but essentially you are free to do whatever you want and you shouldn't have to please your parents with your dating partner. It's all about you and who you love and who's going to make you happy. Unpopular opinion number 2. Eyelash extensions are not worth the money. I have on strip lashes right now because I feel like strip lashes are really just the best. I feel like, I don't know if it's the pandemic or just the fact that people always been charging crazy prices, but eyelash extensions are really high priced for what it is. Like, they fall out, you have to get a fill-in within the next week or two, and I don't think they're sturdy enough to be costing hundreds of dollars or $100, $80. I don't think it should be more than $50. Eyelash extensions for me do not work because I have very thick, curly, dense lashes. I don't know a nail tech in the entire America that can do curly, thick lashes like mine. I've had so many people say, oh, do the double D curl, this, that, and the third. Baby, it still hasn't worked. If you're a lash tech and you think you can do my lashes, I'll insert a picture. Then please leave your contact information and your Instagram so I can see pictures of your work below and we'll go from there. But I don't think it's worth the money. Like, it comes right out, it falls right out. I forget I have them on and then just rub my eye and it's coming right out. Like, it's just not worth it to me. My next unpopular opinion is, it's wrong to make your kid an only child. Now, hear me out because I know this is probably like, Chioma, what? But for me, I feel like having that essence of a sibling, your first best friend, the first person you can rely on, I think everybody should have a sibling because it really does help develop a lot of character and dependency and those types of values. For the people that just want a child one and done, I'm not coming for you. I'm not saying that you're a bad parent or whatever, but I'm just saying I feel like I have, siblings and I just can't make my child an only sibling. I want 4 kids, but I don't know. It's a little wrong for me to just be having somebody just be out and about with no siblings, what I'm saying? I have some siblings, okay? But at the same time, being a mother and what you choose to do is your choice. It's an unpopular opinion. My next one says, pets should not be named human names. I don't see how somebody could really name their pet like Charles or Jerry or whatever. Like, pets should have pet names. My dog's name is Stacks, like stacks of money. Like, those are the type of names you should give pets. Pets should not be named Max and Matthew or whatever. Like, that should not, no. Like, I don't see how people name their pet an actual human name. I know a name is just a name, but a name does have power. I don't know. But I don't think pets should be named human names at all. My next unpopular opinion is, not everything is colorism. And I say this because a lot of times people are now looking at images and looking at business practices and looking at what people decide to do in terms of like dating or preferences, and they think everything is colorism. And I feel like I probably perpetuated that with the content that I've had on my channel. People, especially Black women, are now super duper informed about colorism, featurism, texturism, all of the isms that contribute to the oppression of black women. And for whatever reason, I feel like a lot of people are painting everything with the brush of colorism, and not everything is colorism. Just because a girl is in the mix of these types of other women and they have this type of shade or this type of range of whatever, it does not mean everything is colorism. Like, y'all can't use what you have learned on this here internet and some of the revelations that we've come to as a people, as black women, and literally live your life thinking everything is colorism. I don't like to have a victim mindset. I don't like to have a negative mindset. And when it's blatant colorism, you're gonna know because it's gonna be obvious. But stop looking at everything in the scope of colorism and overall negativity. Not everything is that, okay? Not everything is racist and not everything is colorist. Like, please stop painting everything that you don't like that you feel like is colorism, because sometimes it really isn't that. My next unpopular opinion says Waffle House is garbage. And I think I said this before. Waffle House is the type of food you eat at 3 a.m. after the club because nothing else is open. Maybe because I like pancakes over waffles, but it's hot, it's greasy, it doesn't really have anything that's appealing to me on the menu. No. Trash. No. Because no. Waffle House to me is just nasty. Like, no, can't do it. Next unpopular opinion says, I don't trust any woman who is not pro-choice. I feel like as a woman, you have to be pro-choice, because even if you don't like abortion or don't care for abortion or feel like abortion is wrong, you should still be pro-choice for the people who choose that, even if you think it's wrong. A woman deciding that, hey, I'm in a circumstance that requires me to not keep this child, no other woman should have a problem with that, being that we're all women, and within womanhood, only us women have the ability to even make a choice like that as women. So as a woman, you should be pro-choice. Like, I just can't understand how any woman would talk down or belittle or feel some type of way about someone who makes that decision. And even if you don't agree with it, I feel like you should still be pro somebody having the choice to make that choice. Next unpopular opinion is 4C hair is difficult. And I would wish that people would be a lot more honest with what exactly we're trying to say. We're not saying 4C hair is ugly, 4C hair is too distressful or whatever. 4C hair is difficult in terms of it doesn't just take a little bit of zhuzhing, moving, and throwing it up into a ponytail. It takes a lot of hard work to maintain it, depending on who you are. 4C hair can get kinky, it can get tangled, it can get dry, it can get too greasy, it can be hard to move around. It takes a lot to learn your 4C hair or type 4 hair altogether. And it does pose a level of difficulty. And I feel like a lot of people like to say it as if people are talking down on the hair texture. Nobody's saying the texture is ugly, but maintaining 4C hair does require a lot of effort. And it can be deemed as difficult to some people, hence why some people who are either tender-headed or just don't like getting their hair done find difficulty in doing such. And you simply cannot think that type 4 hair is as simple as straight hair or type 1 hair. It's just not. Like, I don't know. I know people are going to drag me and say, oh, you're trying to put down your own type of hair. I'm not. I'm just saying there's a level of difficulty to maintain it. And some people are like, oh, well, you just need to learn your hair. You just need to figure out how to do your hair. Yes, I know how to do my hair, but it still requires a lot of difficulty to detangle it, wash it, twist it, braid it. It takes more than the average hair texture is going to take. So there is a level of difficulty to it. And difficulty doesn't mean ugly. Difficulty doesn't mean bad. Difficulty doesn't mean undesirable. It just means the amount of effort it takes to maintain it is more than the average. My next unpopular opinion is baby showers are not just for women. I don't like this whole notion of, well, you know, baby showers are for women, so the man doesn't have to come. Baby, he fertilized your egg. He penetrated the pretty pink pussy. He penetrated the pretty pink pulsing, piping hot, punishing, put it on a pedestal pussy. And now you standing in your baby shower alone? No. Because no. Absolutely, because no. Men should definitely be at baby showers, especially if you're the child's father. Like, I don't know what this new age of women think that, okay, women empowerment and pro-women, that's great, but that don't mean stand at your baby shower by yourself. That doesn't mean that the baby daddy should not be there. Baby showers are definitely for men as well. There's a lot of traditional people sometimes that say, well, it's just, you know, a woman's thing for a woman. And that's cool and all, but my child's father is going to be at my baby shower. That's just that. Next unpopular opinion. Biracial people should have their own category. And by that, I mean, if we're filling out applications per se, there should be a category category for biracial. It should be I am black, African American, and white Caucasian. I am black, African American, and Asian. I am black, African American, and whatever. Biracial people should have their own categories because I feel like it would alleviate the confusion of what people think they are, may be, who they are, and it would also give them a space for them to feel like they belong. A lot of the biracial people I know have always told me, I just feel like I couldn't fit in. I didn't know where I belong. So I feel like they should have their own category to provide that space for them, because at the end of the day, being biracial and being someone of two races is a thing that happens, and it's natural, and it's going to continue to happen. So therefore, celebrate that, because there's nothing wrong with it. You don't have to put yourself into one or the other category when you can literally maintain and exist in both. My next unpopular opinion is splitting bills is not a bad thing. Now let me say this. There's a lot of young women my age, I'm 24 years old, who feel as if, if a man isn't paying my bills and doing all of this, that, and the third, then he's not a good man. And I personally feel like a lot of you girls are really delusional, because you're asking for something that you yourself wouldn't even reciprocate. I feel like splitting bills with your partner is not a bad thing, especially if that's what works for your relationship. The average young person like myself who's 24 really can't even afford to live on their own if they're just fresh out of college like me and just working a regular job. It's doable, but it would be so much more easy with another person kind of contributing to half of the expenses you already have. So if you're saying, I'm an independent girl, I pay my own bills, I pay my own gas, car, no groceries, this, that, and the third, and somebody came in and split that cost with you, why would you decline that just because either one, you're independent, or two, think a man is supposed to take care of you? Some of y'all are looking for dads and not boyfriends/husbands, and that definitely needs to change. There's nothing wrong with splitting bills. If it's not for you, it's not for you, but don't down talk somebody else's relationship because that's what they do, because to be honest, they're probably a little bit more financially better off than you, who have to pay for everything yourself or have to ask somebody else to do it for you. Next unpopular opinion. Strippers should not be called dancers. Let me explain. I feel like strippers should not be called dancers because I feel like it's a misdetermination of what it really is. Dancing has so many different genres such as ballet, tap, contemporary, jazz, majorette. There's so many different points of dancing. But stripping in itself does not really put itself in any of those genres. I feel like it's a separate genre than what you consider being a technically trained dancer. And I did African dance as a child, and it was something I actually went to practice for and practice and learn and stuff like that. And I just feel like strippers are trying to kind of downplay what exactly they are. You're a stripper, you shake your ass for money. So be it, rep it, be happy that you do that, and be proud if that's what you do. But I don't like the fact that it's like, I'm a dancer, she's a dancer. No, baby, you strip. Okay, you strip. You strip. Stop calling strippers dancers, because I even started doing that and I had to stop. Nah, you're a stripper and that's what you do, and that's what you should be known to do if that's what you're proud of doing. It may be a form of dancing, and I'm not saying there aren't strippers who are technically trained in dance, and I do think pole dancing is very, very difficult. I've tried it. If you tried it, it's very difficult. But I feel like if you're a stripper and you get up on that pole and you shake them cheeks, that's what you do. That's what you should be labeled as. And if you're proud to be a stripper, then there should be nothing wrong with that. My next unpopular opinion is calling a woman a female is not wrong. And I say this because I feel like a lot of women are kind of finding reasons to be mad at men nowadays and trying to make it seem like that terminology is wrong. I feel like some women who have a problem with this honestly are kind of reaching. And I say that because it's why don't we call men males? Because nobody wants to say males. Males is a dumb word in a sense, and it also has other meanings. It can mean mail, you're going to mail something off. Hey, I received a letter in the mail, I have a piece of mail. Or it can really be a male, a man, someone of the male species. For females, that only means females, and I don't think when most men say females, they're not trying to be disrespectful. And the whole argument was, it can mean a female bug or a female cat or a female this. Why can't we just be called women? We know what is being said when they say females. A female human. Do you want people to say female human every single time they say female? No, I don't think female is a bad word. I don't have no issue being called a female, but it's crazy that I do work with men in my profession, and I've had to tell them hey, I know you say females a lot and you feel like it's a formal way of talking to women, but there are some women who are going to take offense to it, and I don't see a problem with it whatsoever. I don't think there's anything wrong with calling me what I am, which is a female. My next unpopular opinion is reselling clothes from AliExpress is not fashion design. Honey, we're so far gone with this whole I'm a designer, I'm a boutique business owner. Baby, you reselling stuff from AliExpress, and there's nothing wrong with that, but that's not fashion design. There are people who actually really draw out designs and put stuff together, go and get textures and fabrics and try different things to get something trending or even just put something out there, and their designs are being stolen by these AliExpress vendors and made cheaply, and then you're reselling it saying, oh yeah, I sell clothes. You're a boutique owner. You're not a fashion designer, okay? You own a business and there's nothing wrong with that, but that is not fashion design. Like, honestly, it's almost like selling weed, okay? You buy weed from somewhere, you flip and sell. You buy your clothes from AliExpress, you flip and sell. I really don't see that much of a difference. So my last unpopular opinion is the baby's backlash is excessive. Now, I do feel as if what he said was very insensitive, and I do think it was very senseless, and I definitely felt like it was very unnecessary. His whole entire rant on everything he was saying, it was like, why didn't you just keep it real simple and just be happy that the crowd was there? All of the things that he said was just like, no, okay, because no. But I feel like the backlash that he did receive with all these different people trying to educate him and jump in was excessive. I feel like that's not teaching that man to respect the communities that he offended, because at the end of the day, when you jump down somebody's throat, and I'm not saying just the general public because social media is social media, but I feel like the people who try to save face and be like the Miley Cyrus and all these different organizations and try and chime in, it was pretty excessive. I feel like the baby is going to be who he is. He's a grown man. He feels how he feels, and although it is wrong and insensitive, I feel like the backlash was warranted, but it was very much like, I don't know, I was just watching it like, this is not really productive. This is not going to change or help anything, and y'all are better off just saving your energy because he really just doesn't care. He is who he is, and you know, he should be canceled accordingly to the people that he offended. So that is it for this Unpopular Opinions. I hope you guys enjoyed. I just wanted to get back on camera and just, you know, trigger y'all a little bit. Y'all know it's Queen Chioma Trigger. Don't forget to follow me on all of my social media networks, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.